Hi, my name is Brionni Smythe, and welcome to Breath and Body, or Surya A. We'll be moving through a bunch of my favorite poses, lengthening the back body and strengthening the front body, leading each movement with a conscious breath. Linking breath with movement is a great way to quiet the mind and just become more present. Let's get started. Join me on your mat. We're going to start in Tadasana mountain pose. Take your feet hips distance just so you have a little more space to balance on. Hands by your side, broaden across the collarbones, and just close your eyes. For most of us, when we close our eyes, our mind starts going really fast. What do I need to do? What haven't I done yet? What do I have to eat today? All sorts of thoughts. Let's use this time in our yoga practice to really be present. So start by being thankful for where you are right now, for the ability to practice yoga. I'm really thankful that I get the opportunity to practice yoga outdoors today in this amazing place. And that's what I'm going to focus on. And then begin to bring your focus to your breath, using that Ujjayi breath, slightly constricting the muscles in the back of your throat, just so that each in-breath and out-breath are equal. And then allowing your breath to help you begin to become more present with your body. Inhaling up your back body, even letting the back ribs lift, getting a little bit taller. And keeping that length, exhaling down your front body. And drawing your ribs in, the navel to the spine, engaging your core center. And a few rounds like that. Inhaling to find length. Exhaling to seal it in by strengthening the front body. One more time. And then upon your next inhalation, slowly open your eyes. Maybe a little smile on the face. Reach your arms out to come up. Stretch your arms up towards the sky. Get a little bit longer. And then exhale, swan dive it forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Take your fingertips underneath your shoulders on your mat. Micro bend your knees. And if your hands don't touch the ground, take your hands to your shins. And inhale, find a flat back. And as you fold, draw your ribs in. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Just let your head hang for a moment here, allowing your arms to act as a weight to really find the length and release the tension from your low back, from your hamstrings. You can begin to sway from side to side. Maybe nod your head yes and then no. And if it feels good, you can begin to straighten your legs, lifting the quadriceps, lifting the kneecaps up, and bringing a little more weight into the balls of the feet. So there's equal weight between your heels and the balls of the feet. Try not to grip with your toes. Maybe even challenge yourself by lifting all 10 of the toes up off the ground. Surya Pada is what we call it, sun feet. Feels so good to counter you're sitting at the desk or sitting behind the wheel. This is just a great way to get rid of that tension from your habitual posture. Now take your fingertips underneath your shoulders again. Inhale to a flat back. Plant your palms flat at the front of the mat and just step your feet back to downward facing dog. Take a quick peek at your hands. Make sure they're shoulders distance. Index fingers forward. Firm your forearms in and then just let your head relax. Make sure you have enough space between your hands and your feet so that you are working hard. Lift your forearms to the front of the mat and just spread those shoulder blades, finding strong arm engagement. Try not to push your chest back too far. Keep the forearms lifting as you lengthen through the sides of the waist. If your heels don't quite touch the ground, that's perfectly fine. You can put a little bend in your knees and really focus on that length in the sides of your body. That first down dog is always a good place just to make sure that you've rid your mind of any distractions and really begin to bring your mind into your body, onto your mat, and into your practice. Take a deep inhalation with me and sigh it out. Come high up on your toes as you inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to bend that right knee and send that left heel towards the mat. Just pedaling out the legs. Come on to the balls of the feet once again and just switch sides. Straighten that right leg, bend your left knee. And do that at your own pace a couple of times. And then begin to bring your focus to your breath, using that Ujjayi breath. Just come to stillness for a moment, both heels reaching firmly towards the mat. We're going to start some movement now. Inhale, take it forward into plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Make sure your tailbone moves towards your heels and lift your low belly towards the spine. Inhale, shift forward under the very tips of your toes. Keep the forearms firming into the side ribs as you bend your elbows, lower down, chaturanga. All the way to the belly. Untuck your toes and inhale. Push into your hands and feet. Lift your heart up. Low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Feel free to continue to modify with cobra. Otherwise, move forward in our vinyasas by doing upward facing dog. Inhale, take it forward into plank pose. Shift forward on the toes. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember to lead each movement with a conscious breath. So listen to my breath cues one more time. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale fully as you lower down, chaturanga. Inhale fully to lift, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's always a great way to warm up your arms. Hopefully your arms are working through those vinyasas. Now we're going to do 5 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Bring your feet together, firm the thighs in. Look forward as you inhale to your toes. Bend your knees and just step your right foot forward and your left foot forward. Inhale to a flat back. Now big toes touching. Exhale, fold it in. Draw those ribs in. Inhale, root to rise up. Reach the arms out and up. Stretch to the sky. Gaze up as the palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach out to come up. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhale to a flat back. For this first one, we're going to step back to plank pose. As you exhale, continue that exhalation, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra if you're modifying. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping forward and stepping back are completely fine modifications. Otherwise, we're going to move forward by hopping forward and hopping back. Bring your feet together. Look forward as you inhale to your toes. Bend your knees, and as you exhale, hop your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise up, reaching the arms out and up. Gaze up as the palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Make sure you're still focusing on that breath. Inhale, reach the arms out to come up. Full exhalation as you dive it forward. Inhale to a flat back. Plant your palms flat. Now, if you're jumping back, do not land in plank. Land in chaturanga. Come high up on the toes. Bend the knees and exhale. Jump back. Bend the elbows simultaneously. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment. Find that Ujjayi breath. Know that if you need to rest, come down to child's pose at any time. We'll do 3 more rounds together. Bring your feet together. Come high up on the toes. Look forward as you inhale. Bend your knees, maybe this time hopping a little bit higher. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, folds. Inhale fully as you rise up. Stretch the arms to the sky. Gaze up as the palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach out to come up. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. One full breath cycle. Bring your feet together, firm the thighs in. Lift your ribs so your core is engaged. That'll support you as you jump. Look forward as you come up high onto your toes. Bend your knees. This time, can you begin to kick your heels to your butt and then land at the front of the mat? Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale to a flat back. Plant your palms, and if you're jumping, chaturanga, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Return to that ujjayi breath. If you're starting to get warm, great. Bring your feet together. You might jump a little bit higher this time. Look forward as you inhale to your toes. Bend your knees and exhale. Try to kick your heels to your butt. Land as softly as possible. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale to your flat back. Plant your palms. Exhale, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job, yogi. You've just done 5 Surya A's. Your arms have worked hard. Your breath linked with your movement. You're more present now. Take a child's pose. You deserve it. Come down onto your knees, big toes together. Put your forehead down onto the mat and just let your skin on your forehead crease gently to the nose, relaxing your jaw. And if keeping your arms forward is not comfortable, just take your arms back next to your hips. And return to that ujjayi breath. Just letting go of any unneeded tension. All right, yogi. Let's move forward. Take your arms forward as you inhale. Look forward. Set your hands up so your index fingers point towards the front of the mat. Hands, shoulders distance. Now tuck your toes under and lift your knees up. Find downward facing dog. All we're going to do is make our way towards the front of the mat once again. Now, if you are modifying by stepping forward, you're more than welcome to do that. If you would like to challenge yourself a little more and jump, you can do that with me as well. Look forward as you inhale to your toes. Bend your knees and exhale, step or hop, front of the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, rise up towards standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now for Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend your knees and tap the ground with your fingertips. Get nice and low. You can reach your arms up for the full pose, or if your arms are worked too hard right now, just take your hands by your side or maybe even hands to the hips. First, look down. Make sure you can see the tips of your toes. If you can't, move the knees back. If it's too hard to find your balance here, it's always wise to take your feet hips distance. This is a great way to create a little more stability. Now from here, if possible, reach your arms up. If the shoulders are tight, a little micro bend in the elbows. Now look forward, and as you inhale, lift the back ribs up. And as you exhale, draw the front ribs in. Sink a little bit deeper. Each time you exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper? Go as low as possible and then sit all the way down onto your butt. You can always put your hands behind you just to make sure you don't sit down too hard. Grab a hold of opposite elbows around the fronts of your knees and just relax your head for a moment. Let's do some core work. Lean back onto the back of your sit bones. Come high up onto the tips of your toes. Now take your hands to your hamstrings and just begin to lean all the way back as you lift your feet up off the ground. Take your shins parallel to the ground so you have a 90-degree angle with your legs. If you want a little more challenge, you can also straighten your legs. I'm going to keep my legs straight. Take your arms forward and just begin to lean your shoulder tips back until you feel like, oh, I'm about to fall back, and that's exactly where you need to be. Now draw your ribs in to stop yourself from falling. Spread your toes wide. I like to point my feet to the mix between a point and a flex. So you could try flexing and then pushing through the ball of the feet as you pull your toe tips back. This helps to engage both the front and the back of your legs. If this is too much for your low back, hold on to your legs. From here, inhale, really lift the heart center to the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly lower down so that your shoulder blades are almost touching the ground and your feet are about an inch off the ground as well. If you need to, you can keep a little bend in your knees. Now inhale, lift your heart up and just come straight back into that Navasana boat pose. Again, knees bent is totally fine. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, slowly lower down, straightening the legs, drawing the tailbone to the heels, and firming the thighs in. One more time. Inhale, lift back up, straight legs or bent legs. Exhale, lower down. From here, look to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Draw your right knee into your chest. Go ahead and interlace your fingers around the front of that right shin. Make sure that left heel is off the ground unless you need to modify. If you feel this in your low back, put your left heel down and push the heel into the mat. From here, pull your nose towards your right knee as you inhale. And as you exhale, draw the belly to the spine. Try to reach the arms forward. Inhale, extend your right leg to meet your left. Exhale, draw your left knee in. Interlace your fingers around the front of that left shin and pull your nose towards that left knee. Again, modifying with your right heel down if needed. Inhale from here. Try your best. Exhale, reach the arms forward. Draw the navel to the spine. Inhale. Exhale, extend that left leg forward. Big toes touching with the right big toe. Inhale. And exhale, drop your shoulder blades, your head down onto the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Great job. Keep your right knee in. Extend your left leg forward. You've made it. Now all we're going to do is counter all of that hard work. Take your left hand onto that right knee and just twist right knee towards the left. It's not important that your right knee touches the ground. What's more important is that your right shoulder blade is glued to the mat. You can open your right arm to the right, gaze past your right shoulder. As you inhale, think about your right outer hip pressing towards your left foot. And as you exhale, draw the ribs in, or maybe use that left hand to press your right knee towards the ground. This is a great way just to reset your body, finding balance in the muscles around your spine. Still using that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, come on back to center. Draw your left knee in, extend your right leg forward, and we're just going to take it to the other side. Twist. Use your right hand to bring that left knee towards the ground. It doesn't have to touch. What's more important is that your left shoulder blade is glued to the mat, and open your left arm out towards the left. From here, as you inhale, press your outer left hip forward towards that right heel, and as you exhale, draw the ribs in. That left shoulder blade down. This feels so yummy. And now inhale, come on back to center. And as you exhale, drop both knees into the chest. We're going to take reclined Gomukhasana, one of my favorite hip openers. Take your right knee and just cross it over the left knee. Then grab a hold of your feet with your hands. So you'll be holding your right foot with your left hand and your left foot with your right hand. Try to press your outer hips forward so your butt is not completely lifted. And now, as you squeeze your knees together, pull your feet apart. Pull them towards you at the same time. You should feel this in the outer right hip. Take a deep inhalation. And exhale, switch sides. Cross your left knee over your right knee. Grab a hold of opposite feet with your hands. Flex your feet, squeeze the knees together. Press the outer hips forward as you inhale. And as you exhale, just pull the feet apart. At the same time, pulling the knees to the chest. Take a deep inhalation. And exhale, release. Great job, Yogi. One of our final stretches, we're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. Take your right arm through that keyhole between your legs and your left hand to the outside of that left thigh. You can hold on to your left hamstring. This can be a lot more accessible. And if you want a little bit more, interlace your fingers around the front of that left shin. Flex your right foot. And in yoga, we like to use a lot of counter actions. So you're always doing 2 or 3 things at once to find that balance. So as you pull everything in towards your chest, keep your butt rooted down on the mat by pressing your right knee forward. Let's take a clearing breath together. Deep inhalation through your nose. And sigh it out. One more inhalation. And exhale, release. Just place your right foot on the mat. Cross your left ankle over that right knee that should be bent right now. And left hand goes between the legs through the keyhole. Right hand to the outside of that right leg, either holding onto the hamstring or that right shin. Flex your left foot. And as you inhale, pull your legs in towards your chest, but press your left knee away from you. You'll feel a deeper stretch as you work into those counter actions. We hold a lot of tension in our hips. So use these poses just to get rid of that tension, creating a little more space for yourself. Deep inhalation. And exhale, release. Hug both knees into your chest. We're going to take halasana to shoulder stand just to finalize our practice. Take your hands by your side, push down through your hands, and reach your legs over your head. Try your best to get your feet to the ground. It's not that important. If your feet don't touch the ground, a little bend in the knees here. Now work from shoulder to shoulder, so you come high up on the tips of your shoulders. Interlace your fingers behind your back, and just take a moment to reach the pelvis to the ceiling or the sky. Releasing tension from the back of the neck. And now we'll increase circulation in our body by going upside down. Shoulder stand, Salamba Sarvangasana, one of the most accessible inversions. Try to work as high as you can, fingertips facing the sky. Elbows in, no wider than the shoulders if possible. Then right leg goes up, and left leg goes up. Once you get there, big toes touching, firm the thighs in. Spread your toes. And just begin to really reap the benefits of this inversion, imagining that all of that stagnant blood from your feet is flowing out and increasing the circulation in your body. Many benefits to healthy circulation. Good skin, healthy body. Take a deep inhalation. Grow a little longer through the back body. And as you exhale, bend your knees slowly, coming into Karna Padasana. Maybe even working your knees around your ears. Place your hands down firmly on the mat, using them as brakes. Slowly lower down, vertebra by vertebra. Once you get there, extend your legs forward. Rise up onto your forearms. Feet together. Place your hands underneath your tush. Bring your elbows in for fish pose, Matsyasana. Inhale, lift your heart to the sky. And as you exhale, slowly lower the crown of the head back down onto your mat. Maybe even move your butt back slightly to get there. Countering your shoulder stand. Opening your heart and your throat center. Now inhale, Draw your chin to your chest. And as you exhale, slowly begin to unfold into your final resting pose. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Let your feet drop open. Close your eyes and just listen to my voice. We're about to work into full Shavasana, which is a place where you really get to reap the benefits of your yoga practice. So try to stay with me for about a minute. If you would like to stay there longer, you're more than welcome. My name is Bri, and thank you so much for practicing with me. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And just begin to relax every muscle in your body. And imagine that all of your tension, your worries, your fears are just melting down into the mat. Release your breath control and just be right here. Shavasana.